What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tino here, and we're here today as we are 1 week into the MLB baseball season. Yes, it's already been a week, and games are underway. We got two series in the books. We've been through the rotation one time. We've seen a bunch of new faces, and we've seen a bunch of new things go down. So, we're here to talk about the first full week of the MLB season, those torpedo baseball bats, the White Sox playing some decent defense. Their starting pitchers have been on fire, and so much more. So let's not waste any more time, guys. Let's get the guys in here and let's start talking about some Chicago White Sox baseball. But first, let's get Justin in here. What's up, Justin? How you
How you
doing?
doing, Tino?
Okay. And then we got Deech. What's up, Deech? How you doing?
What's up, guys?
You know,
So for everybody, Deech is going to be taking control this week, but I want to get your guys' thoughts of opening day because I was not able to go because of unfortunate circumstances and everything else. But you two were able to go and you guys enjoyed a beautiful day. One heck of a game. And for the first time in 11 years, the Chicago White Sox won a home opener against the Los Angeles Angels. Well,
no way. That's not true. Deech, 11 years?
2014 was the last time they won a home opener. I think it's the first game of the year.
Yeah, because they normally the last couple of wins that they had for the home opener, they played a game or two on the road.
A home opener that was the season opener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm like, you were before we got on, you were literally just talking about that one with your mean and Yoan. I was like, they definitely won that game, but they started that season in Anaheim. Yeah.
That's what. Yeah, home in Chicago. We haven't
and then
seen
there was the one
a
against Seattle, but that wasn't the regular opener. That's crazy, though. Still,
that was the last one too? I think that was the last one they won in Chicago because a couple, like I said, I think the couple of the other ones that they won was like the Matt Davidson walk or 3 home run game and stuff like that. And
in KC,
that was fun.
Sure.
They just gotta love it. But yeah, I mean, it was a great day. So how'd you guys enjoy it? You guys actually went together and everything. So Deech, tell us a little bit about the experience and everything.
Everything was fine, other than Lot B being full like immediately, which I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, no, I mean, we got there, had a bunch of beer in the lot. The stadium kind of felt like positive vibes for a change. I mean, even not this home opener, the past home opener, it just like hasn't been great. So I don't know. People I think are kind of buying it. Well, either buying into it or have just realized like, well, I need to either hop on board or just not watch this team.
People are just drunk on opening day. That's the last time anyone's going to be there that they don't have a losing record. But no, it was great. It's always a blast. Deej took me, his family took me, so I appreciate that. They showed me a great time. And yeah, I mean, it was nice. They won. Burke looked good. You got what you were looking for. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I can't believe
good atmosphere like
a Deech opening day, Justin. That's what I'm surprised you were able to survive with all of that.
Oh yeah, no, I know it was a real challenge. No, it was a great time. Yeah, I mean, if anything, I was the rowdy one. No, it was good though.
Is there anything different that you guys like saw there? Like I know obviously Deech you go all the time, but was there anything like the new things that you did see or anything else? I know you've been like 4 times already since 1 week, so anything like new at the stadium? And have you tried that new disgusting milkshake that does not look very good?
No, I did not consume any food while being at the stadium so far this year. Just beer. When I was there Sunday, Elijah was on. He actually hit me up.
He said just beer.
Stadium and was like, "Are you by chance here today?" So I sat with him during the game. He caved during the rain delay and tried one of those like Korean. There's supposed to be like the dog. There's not actually a hot dog in it. We found out the Flaming Hot Cheetos one. So he tried that, and I think he said he gave it like a 3 or something out of 10. He said it was not good at all, waste of money. So
it did not look too good at all.
Just hot dogs and beer for me on opening day. I would never. I'm really big on like all that's cool, and like if you're club level, where most of that stuff that they like release and promote is, it's a little bit different of a feel, I guess. But I've never been at a game and wanted been like, oh my God, what I could use is, whatever the hell you were just talking about, or a milkshake for that matter. The Xfinity sign is off of the back of the fundamentals deck. Obviously, all the Xfinity signage out there is gone because they don't have a deal with them. They don't air their games on Xfinity. So that was something I noticed and got a kick out of. I still hate that they took the banners down off of the light posts in the outfield and painted the little pennants on the wall underneath the fundamentals deck. It's stupid. You can't see them. Other than those, I'm trying to think if I took note of anything that was. I mean, the pennants thing that's been that way for a few years now. I don't really notice anything too different. I mean, I don't know. I guess we didn't really go exploring that much. We got in and went to the seats and then left when the game was over.
Yeah,
it was a quick game too. It was like 2 hours and like.
I love a quick game.
Yeah,
especially when they win and they score a bunch of runs. We don't get that too often. So
it's just for the home opener, but they had a band playing in Lot B or like in front of Lot B. They had like a stage set up and everything. I don't remember if in previous, I don't think so, but it was fine. It added to the vibe. So
there was a taco truck in Lot B.
Oh yeah, there was. I remember that. Yeah. Now that you mention it, but yeah. So I mean, other than that, we obviously covered the home opener, but let's start with which player has been most surprising to you so far, and we can start with Tino.
Oh, why you got to start with me, man? Listen, I don't know. No, honestly, I mean, it's been a lot of the guys, and I was thinking about this as we were watching the games and everything. I said it a lot last year. If we could have guys that are named John Smith and go out there and hit the ball and do whatever, and that's what I'm seeing from like Nick Maton or Michael A. Taylor and stuff like that, guys that like aren't like the Bryce Harpers that are going out there and just doing what they need to do, or like Travis Janikowski having and leading off the inning with a bunt single. And I was even telling you before we started, just watching the guys make fundamental double plays is great. But for me, I've really liked watching Nick Maton, and maybe it's just because he's the leadoff guy, it seems like, when he's in the lineup. But he's somebody that, like, I didn't know who he was, and in the first week, he's actually been pretty impressive for me. So that's what I got.
I liked Maton in the spring. I didn't really watch, but it seemed like every time I'd see something, he had like 4 homers in the spring, right?
Yeah.
So I am happy that that's translated. I don't know. Benny's been better than, he's been the last few years. How long has he been on the team? Benny's been the best he's been since he's been on the Sox so far. I don't know if I'm surprised by his performance or whatever, but that it seems like Dice is the starting catcher. I guess that in itself has surprised me. He's done a couple nice games. And then, probably around there. I like seeing that Brooks Baldwin, he went yard last night. I mean, the game was already over, but he's had a few. He had a nice at-bat. Was it 2 nights ago when they blew that lead? I think he had that one. He went up and got that high fastball after a long at-bat. He battled a bunch and then took that fastball into right RBI hit. I enjoyed that. That was good. So a few bright spots early on. Obviously, we'll talk about the starting pitching, I'm sure, but that's been solid for the most part, at least one time through.
I think the biggest thing too has been the place discipline. I've seen it a few times, but we're not seeing these guys swing it. Like, I think the worst person so far is Vaughn I've seen, but like Robert has been getting a few walks, or the one at bat he had where he got 0-2 when he got a walk out of it. Like, that doesn't happen very often for the Sox, and like the walks help because you get a walk, you get a couple base hits, and there's like a run, and that's like you mentioned with like Brooks. I think one of those innings it started with like a walk, and then he had that long at bat, and he got the run in, and we just have not seen that the last few years, to where it's finally nice to see them just play decent. And it's sad because I think that like last year like traumatized so many of us that's like what now we think is normal, and that's not normal for to play that bad of baseball.
Yeah, the defense has been good up the middle, which is something that severely lacked the last. I mean, that's not even just like those last couple hundred lost teams. That's like this goes back to even the teams that were better and actually competitive. So that's like when you say like we were traumatized into thinking that's the norm. Like these routine double plays. There was one the other night. I don't even remember what it was. It was Vaughn. It was like Vaughn had a diving stop at first. He threw it to second. Baldwin or whoever the hell was playing short, like went up, got it, stepped on the bag, fired him on. Standard, whatever, 3-6-3 double play.
Are you talking
But
about the one when Baldwin ran to the base?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and you see that and you're like, oh my God, they can actually play defense at least somewhat competently. That's been nice.
And it's sad.
And I actually figured both of you would say Maton. That would be at least one of the highlighted people. So I was trying to be different, but Justin kind of highlighted. I think Benintendi has looked better defensively when he's played in the outfield. His routes look a lot better to the ball as opposed to, I felt last year he would just lose his footing. And I didn't think, I was nervous about his bat, honestly, because of the injury. So it's been nice to see him get off to a hotter start.
Yeah, sorry, I named like 3 guys, so I probably was bound to take yours.
No, you're all good. Well, then obviously Talkman, I think, is rehabbing now, so someone's going to need to go. Which player?
Jankowski, right?
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm leaning. Tino, do you have anyone different?
I mean, maybe Slater, but I feel like it's down to those two. But Slater also came up and hit a home run and made a name for himself. Was it opening day he hit that home run? Was it opening day? Yeah. I mean, man, because he was the one that was on the Orioles, right? He was on the Orioles and the.
He was on another team too.
I forgot what team he was, but yeah, I mean, and he's always been that guy, and those are like the type of guys that like I was talking about. But yeah, I feel like it's gonna be Slater or Janikowski because. I mean, just for the defensive alone, I think Michael A. Taylor has to stay. And I mean, he doesn't need to hit a bunch of home runs, but he's already hit one. And if he could just do that, well, he's golden. I think the guy I've been least impressive with is Mr. Amaya, before I forget, just because, yeah.
Jankowski and Janikowski and Talkman are both lefties, are both left-handed hitters. That's why I think it's more likely to just be a 1-for-1. And he's older than Slater, too. I mean, I don't know. We'll see, but
I would have
my thought.
It makes the most. I mean, unless you're going to cut Amaya and really are confident in what you have after you get rid of him, but they're at least trying. I mean, he's not good. I've not really been impressed with him.
No.
The Sunday game, had he not made that error, they wouldn't have even had to finish the game. So,
I mean, exactly.
But no, it'll probably be Kowski. I think Taylor and Slater are both on major league deals. Jankowski's was just a minor deal with an invite to spring training, and he made it. So,
that's true. I always forget about that, like with the minor league, major league deals, and everything else like that, But again, it was such a White Sox thing to do because literally I was just listening to the podcast. He was on the podcast today with Chuck, and he was literally talking about how that's all he's gotten is talked about that play when he robbed Andrew Vaughn last year when we were supposed to win and end that losing streak or whatever. And I got like the security guards all the way to like the maintenance men are asking him about it. So the fact that that's what he's like, so. Boy, yeah.
It was an unbelievable catch.
I can't get over it. It makes me sick.
So, I mean, the next thing I was going to highlight is, I mean, the bullpen obviously has not been great. The starting pitching, on the other hand, has been, but do we think the bullpen can turn it around a bit? Do we think it's just like early season jitters, or is this what we're stuck with?
I mean, there might be a couple of the guys might get better as the season goes on, just and they get more comfortable out there, but I mean, it's a bad bullpen. It's a bad team. It's a bad bullpen, though. It's like it won't magically turn. A couple of the guys you might get a couple guys you can rely on. Odds are, but nothing. I don't think this is any massive turnaround.
I mean, The fact that Mike Clevinger might be the best bullpen guy, it might be the problem. Like, and again, nothing against Mike Clevinger, and I mean, but the guys that we have are not guys that, I mean, there's some of them that freaking, I talked about him, Murphy, when a couple weeks ago, I was talking about him about whatever. And he's the one that came in and gave up those 5 runs. And Those are the games that make me frustrated when they're winning and they are so close to winning and the bullpen just comes in because again it just goes back to the fact that that's exactly what we did last year. So I think that's just how it's gonna be, but I think that they will have some like good like stretches that they do very good. At least that's what I'm hoping for.
The Murphy, he didn't give up a ton of hard hit balls though. I mean, it was very frustrating to watch and like. I don't know. There was obviously discourse about if you leave Shane Smith in the game there, which, I don't know. It's always easy to question that in hindsight. I mean, I get it. You let him, learn the hard way and give him some experience there. It's also his first career start, and he's just walked the last two guys. So, like, what if he just walks the next guy, walks the bases loaded? Like, at what point do you – then he's going to get him, and they're like, well, he waited too long,
Exactly. Well, that's the problem. Is either way it would have been, like, and that's the thing. Because he did get the first 2 outs and everything, but that happens a lot in baseball where these guys, they get the first 2 outs, and then everything goes downhill, and everything forgets how to, I mean, all it takes is one play with baseball, it seems like sometimes,
Yeah, and you just can't walk back-to-back guys. You couldn't find the strike zone.
Yeah.
And we don't have Emmanuel Clase, sadly, so or Emmanuel Clase, so is what it is.
Or dude, the Twins bullpen is fucking legit, man. The back end of that bullpen is good.
Yeah.
Twins. I don't want to hear nothing about the Twins and none of them.
I'm not pulling for them. I'm just
no, I know
they're going to win a lot of games if they can take the lead in the early innings.
Yeah.
I mean, even the fact that Jansen's still doing it, and the fact he's gonna hit 500, probably. I think it's the next 1 or 2 that he hits. Like, it's crazy that he's still out there doing it after, Oh, there were a lot of weird. There was a lot.
I can't believe he's third all time in saves. That blew my mind. That was like one of them where it was like, well, I guess I don't know who else I would guess for that.
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense. He's pitched for a lot of years and always been on good teams, but like,
is Kim then?
What'd you say?
Is Kimbrel up there then too?
Kimbrel's got to be up there. He was one of the only ones that would have came to mind that I would guess over Kenley Jansen.
Yeah, I think it's got to be like Rivera, Kimbrel,
Papelbon. Well, Rivera and Hoffman are 1 and 2. I know that. This much I know. The rest, though, after I don't know.
It'd be a crapshoot.
Kimbrel could easily be 4.
You don't have like closures like you used to anymore. Like, there's still a few, but like it used to be. I feel like there was like from like Joe Nathan to freaking Bobby Jenks to freaking Wade Davis. Like, I feel like every team had a closure for the most.
Kimbrel's 5th. This thing, Baseball Reference still has Kenley behind Lee Smith, which he could be, I suppose. Well, I think what they said was that he was trying to become the 3rd one with 500 saves. Lee Smith is still under 500, so technically Kenley's still behind him. But after him, it is Kimbrel and then Francisco Rodriguez.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, the bullpen for the Sox, I don't know. Even Clevenger, the one run he gave up where the ball hit off of him, it's like, well, I mean, you can't really. I don't know.
That made me so mad if it wasn't Moncada's ass.
That Penn Murphy inning was brutal after Shane Smith's start. And it wasn't really his. I mean, it just felt like every hit was just like right over someone's head or right where out of reach. So
yeah, they were just peppering it, man. It wasn't even. Almost made it worse.
and the Twins were 0 whatever. Eventually, it was gonna happen. I mean, it happens all the time. A team finally they get a couple hits, whatever, and then they just break out. And then they go and play today, and then they're going to lose to the Astros. So, just how it goes.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've kind of got into the starting pitching or whatever. I guess, overall, like, your general thoughts on it and, like, which start did you enjoy the most out of the first? I mean, we won't count Burke's second one yesterday unless you want to, but I don't know why that'd be your favorite. So,
wait, that's crazy that he's already pitched. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I think just watching all of them in general has been like good. I mean, I think the worst one might have been Cannon, but I mean, from Burke to Martin to Perez, the Shane Smith. I mean, watching Smith, I had one of my friends ask me, like, who's this young pitcher pitching for the White Sox? They're like, we have no idea who this is. And it just like that's where, and it's so cool to watch these young guys, especially for like because like we've had Elijah on the podcast, and these are the guys that he's been talking about forever, and now finally watching them is just so cool, and it just and especially how fast Shane Smith has came up. It's insane that he's already the fifth starter and is having these opportunities because you get better by just going out there and pitching. So I've been impressed with all of them. I just in general just making the games watchable, I think, because obviously last year it was just not fun to watch anything. So that's what I got for that.
Yeah, I mean, Perez had the best start, but it's so good. Like, hopefully he has a good year. But I mean, it's hard. Like, that's not a foundational piece, I guess. Like, you hope that one or two of these other guys in the rotation are in the rotation the next time that they want to be competitive. And so that's why the most exciting has to be probably Smith. I mean, again, he was the first to give up the earned run, obviously, but like he looked really good until he walked those guys, and that's out there his first time starting. Obviously, it's a cold night, so it's not a great night to be hitting. Has been the case for most of their games, and the Angels and Twins, obviously, both. I think the Angels stink. We'll see what the Twins are. So you want to temper expectations a little bit, but yeah, it's encouraging. Smith, Martin, Cannon, Burke, you're going to want to, and then, if Perez can be the veteran guy in that room too. And it's definitely the strength of the team. It's a very relative strength, but it is their strength.
Yes. Well, and I'd like to point out too, I feel like none of them I was nervous the first inning when Burke was pitching at the home opener. I think there was like a guy on third with one or no outs.
Yeah, they had first and third for Soler.
Yeah, and you're like, all right, do not just let this implode right now. But, all of them have gotten into trouble, and I think I have appreciated how they've all gotten out of trouble because I feel like the last few years, it's just anytime people would get on base with one or no outs, you'd just be like, this inning is just fucked.
You would just be waiting for Giolito to implode once he put guys on base. You could just see it in his face and his act and the way he acted out there that like he was losing it. So yes, it would be nice if a couple of these guys are bulldogs and just go out and can work around trouble and just want to shove. Because really, aside from they've had a few of those actually. That would be disingenuous for me to say, but let's hope they have a couple here.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I do think defensively that's really benefited the pitching as well. The improved defense. Overall, it's been significantly better than we've seen in the last few years. So
yeah, absolutely.
It was also great to see our I can't speak. Our left side of the infield. They were talking about it the whole Angel series about Moncada's defense and blah blah blah. But he's only good on the run and everything else like that because we saw a couple plays that he couldn't pick it up, or even like you guys were saying the first and third because Soler, I forgot what Soler did, but then Anderson was after him and he did what Tim Anderson does. He strikes out looking. And that was the one thing that I felt like this week it was like relief not having to watch like Anderson and Moncada's and whatever, and watching like the Brooks Baldwin at bats and the Maton. Like it just, I don't know. I just feel a different, and obviously you've been at the stadium a little bit more and you guys went to opening day, but I just feel a little bit different than, and again, it is 6 games into the season, but
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if they're any better, but it's different, and that's enough with how frustrating and tiresome the old core did. But I booed Moncada. I can't remember if you
did. They do a tribute video for both of them? I saw the Anderson one, but did they do anything?
They did Moncada? Like a thank you Moncada, like up on because he didn't play till he pinch hit. Yeah. And early in the game, they did like the thank you Moncada like graphic on center field board, Deech, right?
Yeah.
And he was like sitting in the dugout, and some people booed then, but then he really got booed when he pinch hit.
He got booed. Listen, go make some music videos somewhere else. I don't want them no more.
Well, and then you had all the fuckers online condemning people for booing him. It's like, okay, just
the one guy around us was like, why are you booing him?
Yeah.
Because he was the number one prospect in baseball when we traded the best pitcher in franchise history for him, and he sucked.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
And
doing him.
Chris Sale got a ring. That's the other thing.
Yeah,
The following year, Chris Sale got. I remember watching that, and Chris Sale closed out that game. I remember watching it with my friend, and I'm like, "Watch, Chris Sale's gonna come out here and close." I'm just like this. Man,
Sale
I
and
got the
Eaton
same
both won
question. Trauma.
Yeah.
in 18 and 19.
That's the problem.
So, Talkman's obviously going to be back soon. Do we think he's going to come and hit, or I don't know. He looked okay, I felt, in spring training, but it wasn't anything crazy. But do we think his bat returning to the lineup helps a little bit? Because, I mean, you can't really count on, like, right now, there's certain guys where you're just like, the most they're going to get here is probably a single. So
Tino's going to give me shit for this for all the Cubs games I've gone to the past couple of years.
Okay.
But I like Mike Talkman. I was very excited when the White Sox signed him. So I have the expectation of him coming up here and contributing. He might not, I don't know, he might hit like 236, but he can walk. He's got a good eye at the plate. He's solid. He's just a ball player. I like guys like that. So.
Yeah, I mean, listen. I mean, I think that's the biggest thing is if he can come in here and do that. I mean, my only question is like, because we obviously have Benintendi, we have Robert, and then is Topman gonna be the everyday right fielder? I'm assuming then, right, or left fielder? Which right? It would be right, no? Because that's my only thing is what position would he play then every day?
Yeah, I don't know if he'll play every day. As anybody besides Andrew Vaughn, really, and Benintendi and Robert playing every day. Sosa, maybe. I feel like they're kind of flipping a lot of people around. Actually, no, that's a lie. Vargas has been in there every day, but that right field and shortstop has been kind of a rotating door. And so I feel like he'll end up in that in right field. He'll play more than whoever he gets called up for.
Yeah, they're playing the matchups at this point. So, I mean, I don't know. At least he's more of a power threat. Some of these other guys, it's more of a fluke. I mean, Michael A. Taylor, I mean, he cracked the ball, but it was like, all right, this isn't going to be consistent. So,
right, he'll end the year with 3.
Yeah.
He's such a player. Like, he's just, man, I feel
I like him too, though. I mean, it's nice to have guys who are professional baseball players.
Oh yeah, it's honestly, I think that might be the biggest thing in like just in general is like just like seeing the guys are like even like just like the more and more I think about it, it's like I feel like, and we've talked about obviously, it's like they got a bunch of guys that were just not like they're all good on other teams where they don't have to be that guy, and it just like like because like you said, the Angels, they're not going to be that great, and they're still, it's just I don't know, so.
Yeah.
And overall, like I'll start with this one. I've, for the most part, not had criticism of Will Venable at all. Like, I mean, you could nitpick if you really want to, but overall, I mean, things I've noticed, like randomly he'll like try for a hit and run. I mean, Pedro didn't do any of that. So, I mean, they're being a lot more active on the base pass, or at least trying.
Yeah, Gagan got doubled up the other day.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'd more like at this point play as gritty as you want. It's not like we're fighting for a playoff spot at this point, so you need to play around with that kind of stuff. And yeah, eventually it'll pay some dividends, I feel like. So
I'm fighting to see more than 41 wins this year. That's kind of where I am at. Like we were talking about, like the fact that if they win a couple more games this month, they already won more games than they did all of April last year, is kind of like sad. And again, like they could have won a couple more games this past week if they, but that's just gonna happen. It is.
Has there been criticism of Will Venable? That's a thing. I have not seen any of this.
Certain people were not pleased with how he's managed the bullpen some of the games. I mean, the big one was the Shane Smith start. They thought he should have let him.
Wrote Smith. Yeah.
So.
And I mean, I get that, but again, like you also like Justin said earlier, if he gives up a bases loaded, he walks bases loaded, and he just keeps walking people, and then it's like, oh well, you left him in too long, this and that, and it's just like either way, it was gonna be unless he got out of the inning and we win that game, and then it would have been Shane Smith is God, and we have the two best pitchers in the world in Shane Smith and Sean Burke.
Yeah, I mean, your starters can't throw every inning, and when you don't have good pitchers in your bullpen, it's going to make the manager look bad, because just like a good bullpen makes a manager look good, and they say, "Oh, he's pulling all the right strings and make all these matchups, but he just has good fucking pitchers." And
I mean,
it's the inverse of you have no good arms out there, and you're going and getting guys who don't stand a chance at getting people out, and they're going to be like, "Oh, this asshole bringing in whoever to, and he gives up the big hit." Of course he does. Like anyone who he would have gotten probably would have done that. That's called having no good bullpen arms. And so, you take it with it is what it is. It's a bad bullpen.
Who was the manager for the Royals when they had that amazing bullpen?
Ned Yost.
Was it
Ned? And he was widely considered an idiot, along baseball, but he could go. So that's a perfect example.
That's the one I always think of.
Yeah. He'd go ahead and last 9 outs locked up. Didn't have to make any big decisions and play any matches.
It did not matter either. Like those couple of years, that Royals bullpen was just disgusting. You couldn't hit Herrera. You couldn't hit anybody in that. It was just
Wade Davis.
There we go. Yeah, I mean, it was just it was insane. And that's again, they always say, just like defenses. I mean, we saw what the Eagles did to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I mean, defense wins championships. It's not that difficult because you give teams extra outs, and that's how they score those runs. And it's nice, and it's like a freaking it's contagious. One thing happens, and it all falls downhill.
Yeah, and then before we move off of the pitching fully, I just wanted to say this to me. I can't remember the last time the Sox landed an actual gem in the Rule 5 draft. I mean, I feel like every other year they get some random fucking guy, and he's not even on the team out of spring training or at least a couple months into the season. So, I mean, for them to be able to scout, because I mean, even when they selected Shane Smith, all these nerds or whatever you want to call them online were all pissed off because they didn't go after whoever they thought that the Sox should take. I mean, I think it's nice to highlight here that Chris Getz and Bannister and Katz or whatever clearly have an eye for pitching and took advantage of that with selecting him. So, I mean, can either of you think of a Rule 5 pick that we've had that's done anything recently other than him?
I couldn't even name 5 first-round draft picks.
I think last year we took some random pitcher that was in the Red Sox minor league system, and I think at a certain point we removed him from the 40-man roster, so we went back. But I don't remember at this point.
No, also, speaking of this, before I forget, we're talking about pitchers. I did see that Jake Eder got traded to the Los Angeles Angels from the White Sox for cash. And we all know who that is from, and that was from the Miami Marlins trade with Jake Berger. So,
they traded Jake Berger for nothing.
I mean, Jake Berger's now on the Texas Rangers. I didn't even know that. I was just like, okay, I thought he was still on the Marlins. But
the Marlins are one of the worst with just flipping players left.
Oh my god! I watched a YouTube video. They are literally on a cycle of just continuously repeating, doing the same thing over and over again. Yeah, I just cannot believe it.
They are worse run than our team, which is
it's hard to
very hard to do.
It's very, very hard to do.
Well, I mean, that was. Imagine if they had kept Kenny Williams and Rick Hahn. This would just. I mean, at least now you kind of feel like, not even just highlighting Chris Getz. I'm still on the fence. I can't really say I did. I mean, I'm getting warmer to him. But I think it's really just the people that he's brought in around him where you're like, okay, right. They're actually operating like an MLB organization.
Yeah, and that's part of the job too, though. I mean, even if he's not a great GM at the table or wherever he, if he has people who can identify and develop talent, it's at least going to help. I mean, GM's another one with like a manager at the bullpen. You got a cheap owner as a GM, it makes your job a lot harder.
Yeah.
And he's been honest about everything, too. I think that's the biggest thing. He's not coming out telling us bullshit. He's coming out there and telling us exactly what is. And what he's saying is exactly what's happening is, that's the biggest thing, I think, for me. I think I just have trust issues. So,
So, speaking of more on the development side, Mydrith, Caro, and Teal have all kind of been raking to an extent at AAA. How close do we think? I mean, it could be one of them, all of them. How close do you think they are?
I think we see Teal and Kiro by the end of the season, possibly. Especially, I think if, huh?
I think it's Meredith.
Mydrith.
Mydrith.
Yeah.
I don't know why. This must just be a brand association. I was right as Meredith, but I guess I just never stopped and looked at the name. Meadrith? Can you say that one more time?
Mydrith, I believe. Mydrith. It's Meidroth.
See, you're saying
so
it
I
right.
just looked the I and the R. Yeah. Okay. He'll be the first one up, I thought, right? I mean, that's who I see everyone clamoring for, at least.
I mean,
he's like he's raking in AAA and raked there last year too. Someone say he had a 500 on base right now with more walks than strikeouts.
Yeah, I mean, he's been having a ridiculous. Well, and that's the thing. I think he played a full season in AAA last year with the Boston Red Sox, like in their organization. So, I mean, he has the at-bats at AAA. I honestly just think it was a matter of, like, contract. But
the service time manipulation.
Yeah. But I who knows at this point? I would think he has to be the next one up. I don't think Colson Montgomery has not looked very good. I don't know whether it's lingering back issues or he just has no confidence at the plate. So they're going to have to figure out something with this middle infield because Jacob Amaya obviously is going to be a short-lived stay in Chicago, at least in my opinion. So, I mean, you can have Baldwin and Mydrith kind of switch off at shortstop. They both can play there. They had Mydrith playing there a ton in spring training. So I would think Mydrith would be the first, but one of these catchers I have a feeling is going to eventually force their way up. I mean,
yeah. I mean, like, it's not like Corey Lee or Matt are like taking the league by storm. I mean, they're just, And I think that's the thing with Corey Lee. I think he needs to like just make sure he can like does his job because he very well could lose it, and we could see Kiro and Teal take over if they continue to do it. I mean, at some point it's like you're just sitting there playing on rookie mode in MLB The Show because he's just hitting everything in sight.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. All three guys that you named should be up this year. I guess it's tougher with Teal and Carroll because they play the same position. But fuck it, man. I mean, bring Teal up and DH him if you don't want to. I mean, I don't know how. Yeah, that's. I'm probably going to regret saying that because when that happens, like, why are they bringing this guy up to DH? They're just making him a DH already. Yeah, I don't know. Theis and Lee are serviceable for now, I guess. But yeah, they'll reach a point in the season where you kind of have to. I mean, they're going to lose a lot of games, and then you're going to have to kind of rejuvenate the interest in the team again. And the way you do that is bringing these guys up people want to go and see and who watch on TV. So,
yeah, I completely agree. And then with Colson Montgomery, I mean, I was leaning more towards maybe his back was never healed, and that's why they sent him down to AAA to start the season. But he's striking out a ton, so I don't know what it is, but he very well up just not coming up this year if he can't at least prove something down there. I mean, you can't have another horrendous season in AAA.
I feel like he'd be one of those to come out at the end of the season and then make the team next year.
I mean, we've been saying that for like 2 years now.
With Colson, though? Have we with Colson?
They acted like he was going to skyrocket through the system at first. And I mean,
you're right.
Like almost a whole year in triple. I mean, he got hurt, but I don't know.
The back worries me. The strikeouts worry me. I've kind of tabled him as a, this is why you don't get excited about prospects,
Yeah. Back is the biggest thing because we all know the last third baseman we had with back issues that we had as, Joe Creedy, and it all turned awful.
Yeah, so I mean, other than not really baseball related as much to the actual team, other than just like what they're going to wear apparel wise, they leaked that photo
Isn't it awful?
of the jerseys that are allegedly going to be the City Connect. What are our opinions on this? We kind of heard Tino say these are awful, but do you want to expand on that?
I mean, they just look like an alternate Bulls uniform. That's how I feel. And I'm mad that out of all the Southside jerseys I got was a Yohan Moncada, and I sold it. So I don't even have a Southside jersey because that's the one thing with the Southside jerseys. I feel like they're going to actually be like valuable because now they're like, I don't know. I mean, I get what they're doing. It is what it is. But like, can we just, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I really like the Southside ones. I just don't know how to feel about this. I feel like this should be a giveaway for like Bulls night.
From what I read, I thought I read somewhere online that they're not like officially retiring the Southside jerseys, and they'll just be like an alternative one that they wear.
Why are there so many damn jerseys? This is why I hate Nike. They do the same shit in the NBA. Teams don't need new jerseys every fucking year. You know what I mean? The White Sox best uniforms are their regular uniforms, as is the case for the majority of Major League Baseball. I don't want to see them wear any of that fucking garbage.
It's all about that money, though, man.
Suck, though. I said I'd keep an open mind, and I will because I do like the red, but those look like Bulls gear you'd buy at like Champ Sports. That's what I said. I think that was a perfect comp. Like,
yeah, well,
you buy off the rack at a store at the mall, like this Bull, like a Bulls baseball jersey.
That might be like the perfect thing is the Bulls baseball jersey, and I mean.
Well, that's the thing. My whole thing with it is what color pants do you put with that? Because like you can't do all red. Like you got away with it with the Southside jerseys with like the black pinstripe pant. But like there's no way you could have red fucking pants with like black pinstripes.
You could wear it when we face the Red Sox.
Yeah, no, that's another thing too. Is I hope these are fake. By the way, because the Red Sox theirs were bad too. I hope this guy's just trolling. I didn't even look into the account. I just had my reaction. I'm obviously a very big uniform snob, as you can see by how heated I got there for a second. So, yeah, I mean, I hope they're not real. I do hope that there's something with red in them, and I like the logo on the sleeve, the sock. Like I like the 59 vibes. I like the 59 vibes of it.
Yeah.
Because they had red at one point, right?
Yeah, like 1959, and then obviously 72, but like with the black, like the Nelly Fox. I mean, I love those. Those are great. I'd love to get some red in these, but that is too much. That's just the Bulls jersey.
Yeah. But again, it's all about the money. I mean, even like freaking like John Cena with his freaking heel turn now. He decides that every week that he comes out, he's going to come out with a new color t-shirt that they're going to start selling. It's like that's all it is with these people. They just think that they're going to make some more money, put a guy's name on the back of it, and people are going to buy it because I'm sure basketball fans that are Bulls fans, I'm sure they probably think that's so cool because, just like if I see like a Bulls White Sox thing, I think that's pretty cool, but I don't know. You're kind of like just like appealing again. If these are real, you're kind of appealing to like a certain audience and where you need to appeal to like everybody that, because if they are pretty cool, I might go out and buy one of a guy that might actually be on the team because I don't have any jerseys now. Like I had to go, I'm in Wisconsin. I had to order this White Sox hat because they had one White Sox hat and it wasn't even my size here. The guy asked me if I wanted a Brewers hat. I told him to go shove it. Hell no. Wait for me.
That's my thing. I like buy a decent amount of jerseys. Like I have a decent amount of them. If that is legitimately the jersey, I will not purchase that. I just like.
Oh no! How could you? I couldn't wear that and feel serious.
He said feel serious.
Why on earth? I don't know, man.
Like 100 and what, like $40 or $60. I mean, I'm not spending that much money on something that looks.
My Southside one was like 160. I think I got when I first got it for the Moncada one. I think and still makes me mad about it.
I never had a Southside one. They were better than those though. I at least liked when they wore them. But again, they're regular, like they have such good uniforms, an iconic hat and logo. Like, why do they need to do this shit? Why? I don't want City Connect.
Even the Nationals ones. The Nationals ones are ugly. The blue.
I like the other ones with the cherry blossoms more than the.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like again, it just because every team's doing it, and it's stupid that it just like again, it just like I mean, and all the stupid days that they have, and all this and that. Like again, like that should have been for like a Bulls night. I feel.
Yeah, And they're retiring the Padres ones. Those are some of the only good ones. I like those ones with the pink and the teal.
Yeah.
Aww.
And they're getting rid of
like
them. They just want more people to buy jerseys, and the way to do that is to make new jerseys.
Yep, that's all it is.
It's horrible.
All
about that fanatics while we're at it.
Man. I don't know who's worse. It's all I was waiting for them to cancel the game yesterday. I was waiting for the classic Jerry moment for him to be like, well, you guys got all your stuff, go home. Have a nice speaking of that,
I thought they'd do that for sure because the Twins come back to town, obviously.
Yeah, I mean they made a big deal about it with the Angels and everything. And speaking of that, Mr. Deach, there's one big giant thing that happened this week with you, and you have not mentioned it once with Mr. Shane Smith. You want to tell everybody what the heck you decided that you were going to have the great opportunity to do?
Oh, yeah. I met one of his, sisters. That's what.
Oh, I thought, you didn't meet it was just his sister? I thought you met his family and everything.
Oh, I don't. It was his whole family wasn't there the whole week, I don't think.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the whole family. I thought that was okay.
I didn't meet, no. His whole family was there Tuesday or whatever.
Gotcha. So, okay. It was them. Okay.
But yeah,
I thought you just took the picture with her. I thought, okay.
No,
I was like, you're missing something. I was waiting for it.
Yeah,
I mean, still.
That was in between the I don't even know, what was it, like a 2-hour delay at the
oh, that's right. That was the 3-hour, 4-hour delay.
Sunday? God, that felt even longer than that.
It's funny.
Yeah,
the delay lasted longer than the game. So
the game was going by. I remember because I was with Elijah the whole game, and I turned to him and I'm like, man, this game's like flying by or whatever. And then like hail, rain, all of it, just terrible. So we both were kind of like, well, I guess we'll try and wait it out. So we wound up. Eventually, once you've waited long enough, you're pretty much like, I can't leave now because I've dedicated like this extra hour and a half of my life to.
Did they keep selling beer during the delay?
Yes, because it was still technically the 7th inning. So
we're right on the cutoff. That's awesome.
2 extra hours of money. He's like freaking Mr. Krabs. That's what Jerry is. He's freaking Mr. Krabs is what it is. Also, the Twins have just lost. So now every team in the division is 2-4 and the Twins are 2-5. You love to see it. We're still in first place.
Houston. Who do we have this weekend? We're in Detroit.
We're going to get swept.
Yeah, we played. That was my last thing. We played Detroit, 3 in Detroit and 3 in Cleveland the next week. So I was going to say, what is your realistic, what's the record going to be for the week?
My gripe is that they're making it harder to go to these close division trips to see the Sox or whoever you root for. They play all these. They cut these division games and they're playing them when it's still piss cold and Cleveland during the week, and that's like one of 2 times they go there. Those are my thoughts.
So what do you think the record's going to be?
I don't know, man. Out 2-4 again, right? Is that fair?
But no,
that's probably fair.
I don't disagree with that one. I do think that the way they are playing baseball, I do think that they could squeak one out. But yeah, and I mean, again, obviously this year isn't about the wins and everything. But I mean, watching them win 2 games already, I guess they're 2 wins. They scored 6+ runs, so it's like that. You know what I mean? Like. I don't know. There's not been many games like that. And as I said, I have no sympathy for no team this year. So every time they get a beat up on anybody, I don't care who it is, because you lost to the 2025 Chicago White Sox, and
there was some discourse about how, if they should lose this year, and what should be rooting for the number 1 pick. I don't think so. You have to culturally, you have to turn the page.
Yeah.
And if that starts just being the 2nd or 3rd worst team in baseball, then so goddamn be it.
Yeah.
You piss games away because you want the first pick in the draft. I mean,
unless Bryce Harper is in the I mean, I don't think he is.
I guess we're not doing a fantasy draft. Damn.
I think there's another.
No, I mean, like a prospect of that caliber, like a franchise-changing player.
I think there's another holiday in this upcoming draft.
Oh, really? Like a 2026 draft?
I believe so. Yeah.
Tell Matt to stop making babies. Jeez, how many does he got now? Shit. I mean, Jackson just made his debut a couple, or with that, I mean, shit, that's already been a year, almost 2 years already. That's wild.
It was last year, yeah. I don't remember when.
But I think the biggest thing though with them facing Detroit and Cleveland is looking at that record of what they did versus the division last year. The fact that they had one win against 3 teams all year. If they could just win a couple, I mean, they got one against the Twins already. I mean, they almost
that already matched last year's against
like that. Like that's how bad it is. Like that's why it's like I was saying. Like by next week, if they have 5 wins, like that's better than what we had. Like I want to look it up after. I don't think we got our 5th win until like May 3rd last year. Like I remember, far from in between wins last year. I mean, it just so. Just want to see better baseball. And again, for me, I mean, it's nice just to watch something every day that isn't unbearable. That obviously there's going to be games, but that happens with every team. I mean, we see teams lose 12-0 and win 12-0, but I mean, make it competitive and don't blow every game after the 7th inning, and we'll have a pretty good season. And I think White Sox fans will be happier, and it will be a lot louder at the ballpark as it seemed like it was on opening day. I mean, they were loud, so.
I'm going to be a little different here. I think they're going to go 3-3 over the next 6 games. I don't think anyone in the division has really like stepped up where you're like, wow, this. I mean, granted, they've all played different teams, but I don't know. Win a few quick ones here because obviously, like Cleveland always gets hot at some point. Detroit, I have a feeling will get hot eventually, but
yeah, I like them a lot this year.
Just happy we don't have to listen to Josh Naylor anymore. Woohoo! Fuck that homie in Arizona. Speaking of that, though, the other thing I did want to mention is those torpedo baseball bats. How do you guys feel about that and what the Yankees are doing and how other teams are now ordering those baseball bats? Do you guys think that it is anything that is like helpful, bad to the league, good for the league? How do we feel about the baseball bats?
I think pitchers are at such an advantage in baseball today. That if these are actually helping people hit, then I'm all for it. I mean, you're there. I mean, I love good pitching, but like you're there to watch you're watching to see action. And so if Jazz Chisholm hits better with this bat, then good for him and good for anyone who can use it. I just hope that if there are players on the Sox who can benefit from it, that they get those guys the bats.
I do think Venable said something about either they're going to start using them or like are in the process of assessing if they're going to use them. So I don't know. I mean, kind of similar to what Justin said. Some people are like ban them. It's like, well, I mean, if everyone has access to them, it's not really like I just don't see the purpose of being like, let's just ban them. But
I agree.
Again, let everybody use them and see what happens. I mean, I don't think it hurts the league. I think it more or less I think for people that like scoring, I think that's definitely what it's for. I mean, but again, watching the Yankees use these bats and hit home runs, like they're freaking. I mean, it's
but it's not even all their guys though. Like Judge and Bellinger aren't using these. It's like Jazz Chisholm and Anthony Volpe and someone else.
They're just. I mean, the fact that Cody Bellinger is now in the Yankees is kind of just like I kind of forgot he left the Cubs. I still thought he was on the Cubs for a minute, and I saw him. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Man, Yankees fight. Man,
yeah, he's gonna love that short porch.
Yeah, he is. He loves that. But baseball's back, and you love
baseball's back.
I think that's the biggest thing. Is I'm just happy that, and it's getting nicer out. The fact it's lighter still, it's nice outside, and that's the biggest thing. And I'm still a little further away from the Brewers Stadium. I would like to go to a Brewers game this year, but I don't know.
How far are you?
I think like an hour and something.
Well, it's not too bad.
No, it's not. It's not too bad. So, because when I went to SmackDown like a month or two ago, I passed it, so it wasn't too bad. But I don't know. But yeah, so Deech, thank you for hosting today and helping out with that and all the great stuff. But I think we're done here for the week. We talked about everything that we needed to talk about, and we'll be back here next week at same time, same place at 5:00 to talk about another week of White Sox baseball. So any final thoughts you guys got until next week?
Let's hopefully win some ball games.
Hey, there you go. It's a ball go far, team go far, right, Justin?
Absolutely.
I don't know. Every time somebody hits a home run, I hear you say that in my head. I'm like, oh, it's so great. But
I think they
That's
they have a positive run differential right now. We haven't had that in like fucking 3 years, it feels like.
and this far into the season, I don't think. It's so bad.
Hell yeah.
I mean, listen, when you have 2 games that you score 9 runs, that works. So let's see if they can do it again. And it's always fun to beat up on the Tigers and the Guardians. So let's do it, and we'll be back next week. So, guys, thank you as always for coming here and hanging out on the Southside Boys. Make sure if you have not yet, you subscribe. You go follow your boy Tino on all the social medias. Tino's Time. Go follow Justin and Deech on X and all the social medias. We'll be back over on Tino's Time tomorrow for Friday Night SmackDown, and then this week for WrestleMania rewatch, as we are going to be 2 weeks away to the grandest stage of them all. But for now, baseball fans, White Sox fans, Southside Boys are signing out, and we'll see you guys next week to talk everything White Sox baseball and get you ready for another great week. So, guys, enjoy your week, and we'll see you next Thursday.